The EU's landmark regulation for crypto takes effect within the week, and it doesn't seem that any major specialized players have succeeded in getting authorized. The new regime offers players like exchanges and wallet providers the chance to apply for a license that will let them operate across the bloc. Brussels has crowed about being the first global jurisdiction to set tailored rules for the cryptocurrency market, one that's seen significant turbulence and manipulation. But, with the clock ticking down, the jury's still out on whether the EU's markets in crypto assets law, MiCA, heralds a new era for the industry or will kill it stone dead. After agreeing the law in June 2023, France's Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire said the landmark legislation will prevent the misuse of crypto assets while being innovation-friendly to maintain the EU's attractiveness. A few months later, lead lawmaker Stefan Berger from Germany's European People's Party said the rules put the European Union at the forefront of the token economy worldwide. Many cryptocurrency users have long rejoiced in its freedom from government control, even if some recognize that regulatory recognition could offer extra credibility and certainty. As the prospect of applying finance-style rules looms ever closer, the mood in the industry is getting more anxious. It's a difficult and uncomfortable period. Faustine Fleuret, president of French crypto lobby group ADAN, told Euronews, citing norms that are both tough and unclear. That gloom is shared by Marina Markezic, founder of the Brussels-based European Crypto Initiative, who points out that many crypto companies still haven't told their customers exactly how the law will work. Short notice. Worse still, Fleuret says, the European Banking Authority, or EBA, only published its final set of technical standards just last week, giving operators very little chance to prepare. Less than 2 weeks before the entry into application of a big brick of the MiCA regulation, the people that have to comply with it did not even have all the operational details that they need to get compliant, she said. For the newcomers, it's really much more complicated to be ready on June 30th. Maybe impossible, she said, though she concedes that existing licensed payment providers might be in a better position. No approvals? Bearing out Fleuret's analysis, Euronews hasn't identified any major crypto players that have definitely been approved under MiCA. Back in April, Paulo Arduano, CEO of stablecoin issuer Tether, said he was still discussing with the regulator his concerns over the law. Circle, whose euro-backed stablecoin seems intended for EU users, announced last year that it had applied for a MiCA license. With 1 week to go, neither company has publicly announced they've secured regulatory approval. Neither responded to Euronews' request for comment. Big tech fears. Those crafting MiCA were motivated partly by fears that Facebook might issue its own form of money, Libra, tied to a basket of major world currencies. Finance ministers railed against the idea of a foreign big tech giant creating a currency that could supplant the euro. Facebook's project crumbled, not least due to the political backlash, but regulators' fears were borne out in spring 2023, when Terra, a stablecoin that supposedly maintained its value with the US dollar, tumbled under market pressure, bringing much of the crypto ecosystem down with it. Tough few years. Cryptos had a tough few years. After the Luna crash came a period of turbulence and regulatory backlash, and many of the industry's figureheads are now in jail. In the US, Sam Bankman-Fried was recently sentenced to 25 years after pleading not guilty to fraud and money laundering during his time running the doomed FTX crypto exchange. Likewise, Changpeng Zhao, Binance's founder, was handed a 4-month term after pleading guilty to money laundering. All of that may have tarnished crypto's reputation, but Markezic is confident that legal credibility could herald a new era. Established providers such as banks have been waiting for regulation, she said, with a clear rulebook potentially bringing the technology out of its current, somewhat nerdy niche. I think that we will speak less about the technology and less about stablecoins and more about the utility and what can it bring to the consumer, she said. There's many advantages when it comes to seamless transactions, 24/7 processes, and so on. But even she acknowledges there'll be bumps in the road from today's Wild West to mainstream credibility. A lot of companies will not have the capability of being compliant, she said. Very small startups and innovative companies will probably limit their activities in the EU.